This is a billboard in downtown Los Angeles for the biggest game show of all time. I had an opportunity last summer. It's pretty big, pretty special.
1,000 contestants!
And there's one with my face on it. I was on the biggest game show of all time, and I quit within episode 1.
I should not have done that. I should not have done that.
Let's go. I made it 4 minutes. Woo!
And I think about it all the time. It was the best weeks of my life. I made lifelong friends, genuinely. And now I think we all crave the urge to compete. A lot of us all applied to the Squid Game show, to Survivor, just because like we missed the rush of it. So if I loved it so much, then like why'd I quit right away? Well, you have to understand the context. To be there in the moment with all these people that you've been spending days, weeks with, and you've become really genuine friends with, to choose between them or money is a really tough decision. We're all standing on these platforms in Las Vegas, and he brings out the bribes. And me, like many other people, said, I'm not leaving for any amount of money. I won't betray my friends like that.
All 1,100 of you declined the $5,000 and the $50,000. Reveal the third offer.
And then he says that there's gonna be $1 million on the table. And basically everybody goes, oh, that's the number. That's the number that I would betray my friends for. The challenges were my favorite part of the whole experience. We started with 10,000-pound boulder poles. As soon as he announced it, people just kind of ran into lines. So I kind of just followed where the mob went. I needed to go where the most ambitious, strongest players are. My line was filled with people who looked like Dave Bautista. It was probably one of the most exhilarating moments in my life when I look up and I see that we're at the finish line and that one team's still at the bottom, knowing that we made it to the second round. We spent the night between the first 2 challenges, despite what the edit makes it seem like. The second challenge on day 2 was my favorite. I like that's a mix of memory and speed. My strategy was to cut diagonally. I was in this corner. The entire row in front of us is green. So basically everybody next to me is saying, oh, we only have to step 1 foot in front. I'll take this one, you take that one. We're all just dividing it. And you know, there's a lot of older players, all the way up to 80 years old. I think I'm faster than the majority of these people. I let the people know next to me, I'm running down this path and I'm going to the middle, where there was a line of green, a block of green. I was 100% sure mine was green, but because they had to check disputes, we didn't get to open it for about 45 minutes, which was terrifying. The third challenge was really fun. 1,400 people in 1,100 spots. It's highly possible that at the beginning of the game, 300 people could have been eliminated, and then everybody left waiting would have been guaranteed a flag. But then off the bat, it seemed like just not many people were getting out, and I kind of knew a couple rounds in that it was my time to run. They put up 100 flags, and I was like, okay, I have to be faster than like 80 of these people. I think I can do that. So I ran, I was calling out flag 187, 187. He pulls the horn, I run, and I see a guy go faster than me and get flag 187. And I start thinking, oh my God, I'm out. And I keep running straight to the next flag, and I grab it, flag 191, now my lucky number. I grab it, I'm celebrating, there's GoPro on the bottom, it's really cool. And a guy runs up to me going, you know I called that flag, you know I called it. And I had no idea what to say. I just got him out. He was devastated, he was on the verge of tears. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what I said is, I didn't hear you, someone else got mine. I was faster. Sorry. I felt really, really terrible, but at the end of the day, that was the game. But we made it through. We made it onto the Amazon show, and it was so exciting. I go to Toronto, we have a couple of weeks break. I take that break to do some training. So I'm practicing free throws. I'm watching basically everything on his channel twice. Watched a bunch of Survivor. I even was watching a bunch of survival techniques videos because I had no idea what circumstances we were gonna be put into. When I drove out to Vegas, I thought we were gonna be camping in the desert. I was a standby contestant. I wasn't actually cast. 2 days before the shoot, I got a call saying, can you be here tonight? And I just had to commit. I said, yeah, I'll be there. I drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas immediately, and I have no regrets. And I think that's the best lesson I learned out of this, is that when an opportunity comes your way that seems exciting, that seems like it can change your life, you have to go right away. Then after days in Toronto, we're doing costume fittings, we're hanging out in the hotel, we're making friends. And finally, after hours of waiting, loading onto buses, waiting the buses, getting a meal, waiting through queues to be let into the first sound stage. Before the first challenge, Jimmy goes,
$1 million.
Most game shows give out $1 million as their grand prize. We're even out before the first challenge even started. I realized it could be my shot to get the money that I came there for what I needed, which I'll talk about at the end.
Throw 10 minutes on the clock. Stay in the game, or press the button on your tablet and eliminate yourself. Those of you that eliminate yourselves will evenly split.
Everyone's doing the math. We're thinking, okay, what would I leave with? I was thinking I'd probably leave with 40, 50,000 at the minimum. So that means if like hypothetically 25 people pressed it, then I shouldn't. But then the timer starts going and it's going really slowly. Only one guy pressed it at the beginning. I actually died laughing at the premiere when I saw this was the first guy, because after we all took the bribe, we were like, wow, 20 grand is a good number. He's like, it's a number. Dude, you took it first. But then he got down on one knee and didn't make the edit. At the end of the 10 minutes, I'm pretty set on not pressing it until the last couple seconds. It says on the screen $70,000 each. And that was way bigger than my number. So in the last 1 second, I pressed it. The edit makes it seem like I pressed it not last second. I had more of a strategy than that. But what I didn't strategize about was that in that moment when I said 70,000 press, 1 second left, 30 other people thought the exact same thing. That's why my footage is me going,
I should not have done that, I should not have done that.
and it's dubbed in 40 languages.
Non dovevo farlo, ho sbagliato.
10 secondi!
I start counting the cubes that are lit up. I can't even count them because so many people have pressed it. And I'm like, oh my god, did I just make like $7 and have to go home? And then the screen refreshes.
The total amount of button presses was 52 people, which means, congratulations! You each just won a little under $20,000! All 52 of you are now eliminated. I have a feeling a lot of these contestants still in are gonna regret not taking that money.
I came to Beast Games to fund my senior thesis film. My senior thesis film at NYU is about two scientists in 1947. They cover up their top secret experiment with a UFO crash. So it's a pretty expensive short film that I really want to go all in on to make my career happen. And I knew that the only way I could pull off that script would be to do something big. They delayed the shooting schedule. When I went to Toronto, I had to pack for school with me to move into my new apartment. I had to email the producers and be like, hey, instead of flying me back home to LA, fly me to New York. I realized if I wanted to make it the whole time, I would have had to miss class. And if I missed my senior thesis class, I would have been dropped from the class if I missed the first session. The entire reason I went was to fund the senior thesis. So if I got dropped for the class because of Beast Games, it would have just been so dumb. So I knew I could have made it like 3-4 episodes in. I was hoping to make it onto the city, but the senior thesis was more important. It's my career, it's my passion. If I knew it would have been 20, I may have not pressed it. But in hindsight, I'm so glad I did. Because then the next day, this happened, and like 300 of my friends got out, and they all went home with basically nothing. 2K is not nothing, but you know, a lot of people took off work for it, so it essentially is. And if I stuck around, the only other way I could have made tens of thousands of dollars like I needed for my film would have been to sacrifice an entire row. Oh my god, I know you in the group chat. You're the one who got me out. They get kicked out, they're ostracized from the community, but I've been able to take part in it. What's really killing me is the what if. If I stuck around, my row would have been right in between the eliminated rows. I would have been safe. Who knows, maybe the blocks would have fallen on me. Maybe someone else in my row in the next challenge would have gotten me out. Maybe I would have gone all the way and won the 5 million. I don't know, it kind of keeps me up at night. After that moment, we're all up by the money, dancing. I'm taking some money, I'm slapping it against my knee. Someone explains to me how game show money works on your taxes, and because I'm young and don't really get a lot of income, it actually, I won't lose as much as I could be. If I have any regrets, it would be two things. If I pressed the button maybe earlier, maybe people would have seen that the number was smaller and maybe less people would have pressed it. Maybe it would have gone from 19 to 21 or 22, who knows. Then afterwards, we went to the elimination area, and while we're waiting for them to get us back to the hotels and to get us flights home, we play around in Monopoly. It was Canadian, so it was in French. And right away, I landed on Boardwalk and then Park Place. I'm having the best round of Monopoly ever. And I'm thinking, I just won 20 grand. I just won 20 grand. I can make my film. Okay, I get this much from NYU. I could get this much from this family member. I could get this much from a campaign online. I can do it. I can do a crazy idea. I had a backup script ready the entire summer, and I don't need the backup script. I can make the Roswell report. But my biggest regret, honestly, is that I didn't keep my water bottle. Every single platform had these custom Contigos that were so nice with our number engraved onto it. They were so cool. Camera guy comes up to me with the bright lights and I have to walk to the exit, so I forgot it. And then some people just grabbed random people's water bottles when they were eliminated the next day, so I think someone took mine. But then they didn't even realize that weeks later the Beast team shipped them out to us, so mine was never shipped. They did ship, though, this fanny pack and this sticker. These were the fanny packs that were given out in the city. I never made it to the city, but now I got the merch as if I did, so that's pretty cool. They ended up giving these out to us at the premiere, which was delightful. The next day, they brought the money cube, which has been going around the world, to Santa Monica, and they did this drone show, which was so cool. We walked after the drone show to the celebrity premiere Jimmy was having down the street. I mean, we did have our real premiere the day before, so they didn't let us in. The CEO came out and just chatted with us, and even Young Gravy was chilling with us for a second. But my favorite thing about the experience has been the community that's formed. The group chats bring me joy every single day. We look out for each other. We've made lifelong friends. Couples have formed because of Beast Games. We have a Discord channel with a casting call and job posting page. It's amazing. One of the contestants' house got destroyed in the hurricane, and the entire group chats were looking out for her, and then we got the Beast team and Amazon involved to help her out. I talked to Sifu in the bathroom, and I was like, dude, how's this compared to Survivor? And he's like, man, we're sleeping with sleeping bags. I was sleeping with spiders on the beach and starving in Survivor. This is a walk in the park. That's what he said. It was a walk in the park. So, like, come on. This is ridiculous. And my NDA is really strong, so there's not a lot I'm allowed to talk about what happens behind the scenes, but there's some great behind the scenes to check out. Here's MrBeast reacting to my elimination in a breakdown.
should not have done that. I should not have done that.
10 seconds.
And Colin Samir made this fantastic documentary.
I just wanted to say hi to everyone before we film tomorrow.
I'm in my swim trunks here. I was training in the pool because I was worried like, okay, I'm gonna get eliminated from a swimming challenge. And I heard there's a surprise, so I went and it was the meet and greets with Jimmy, which is really delightful. I got to ask him a couple questions. I was the only person to ask him about what happened to the woman who incorrectly left for the 50K. He confirmed to me that he felt bad and gave her 10K after that because, I mean, she messed up, made 99 enemies, but 1,000 friends. And Jimmy Beast, he was really nice. He shook my hand, but it's hard to have a real interaction with him when every time you're in the same room, it's like this. And now that it's all said and done and it's over, I had the premiere, I had the party, I'm home, I can watch it with my friends, I can tell people about it.
I'm out!
My only thought is, wouldn't it be a great plot twist if in season 2 they just bring everybody back? I walked away with enough to know that I could commit to this really ambitious idea for my senior thesis. So now we have most of our budget secured, but we actually need your help to get over the line. My Seed and Spark crowdfunding campaign is now online, and we have some really exciting perks, from seeing your name in the credits to exclusive poster print. It's gonna be really, really cool to be a part of, and I really hope that you check it out. And I know that there's a lot you could be spending your money on this holiday season, so even if you can't contribute, maybe share the campaign with someone who would be interested, or just follow our page at Roswell Report. I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel, and
Watch his thesis, The Roswell Report. Thanks, dude. Yeah!